Hey everybody, what is up? It is your fearless leader, Mikey, your fearless pal and friend and audio guru. And I have had the shit kicked out of me for the last whatever, 8 days, 10 days. So I'm gonna have to make this quick, just because I don't have the wherewithal to do a whole big uh, you know, live stream. I know that, man, hundreds of you reached out. So thank you, all of you that reached out in support. It's one thing to have a couple people call, which is always great, but man, when it's the outpouring of support and concern that came from the tribe was unbelievable, and it gave me great faith and hope that we will all provide this for each other. It's not just me; it's for all of us. And this is what our tribe is about. No matter where we are, we've got a brotherhood. We've got people that'll take care of one another, drop what they're doing. You need anything, I'm there. That kind of thing. That's what we're creating here. It's hard to see the big picture right now, but you will. You will. What was I going to say? Yeah. So excuse my tiredness. I'm exhausted. I can run through these. Most people are just saying, God bless you. Thanks, Steve. Jason, welcome back. Howard had a very interesting thing. We should tell him what you did for me, Howard. Howard has something super cool. Um, hey, Nick, I was thinking about you, brother. I was thinking about you, man. Oh, dude. Hope I am recovering well. Yeah, I am, man. It's slow recovery. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. I'm not gonna go and put every single. You know what? Here he says, "Love you, Mikey. No homo." It's totally homo. That's how I know it's totally homo. Is he's trying to? He's given us the caveat emptor. Um. Anyways, I'm glad you are back on your feet. Thanks, Dave. Man, it was fucked up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do? Hey, Charles. Thanks. Charles is the guy that drove me to the hospital. By the way, Charles was here visiting. Uh, Charles and I were getting tons of stuff done each day, like leaps and bounds with the room change and everything. And then right in the middle of it, when the hurricane was supposed to hit 4 a.m. on Thursday, last Thursday, I have a literal attack of my pancreas and gallbladder. The gallbladder initiated acute pancreatitis. And if you've ever felt anything like that, it is like I got into the hospital and they gave me a shot of morphine. It was like nothing. It's like, what is that? What did you just like fan me with a little air? Like, so they put me on Dilaudid and whatever. I mean, then that's a whole other thing. But uh yeah, of course my energy is different, bro. I've had the piss beat out of me. Um right on, Steve. Painful, been there. Yeah, you guys know. So I'm just gonna carry on. I'm not gonna go through all these because I have to just kind of go over it. So, anyways, I had this attack. It comes from bad eating. Okay. I was told over 5 years ago that I needed to have my gallbladder removed. And I thought, well, I can just follow a good protocol of not eating fats, blah, 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 yada, yada, and I'll be okay. And it did work for a while. But over those next 6 years, I'd have episodes here and there. I could usually take care of them. I had little kits with me when we travel or whatever that I could handle little episodes. But this time was like nothing. This was the mother load. This one was the mother load. So um so anyways, that was Thursday, man. We went in. I mean, Charles, God bless him, drove my car, took me to the emergency room. I couldn't even talk, man. I was like, go left, go left, go left here, go left here. I just remember holding my breath. Go left here, go left here. It was unbearable. I won't dwell on that. So look, man, if y'all know that you're not taking care of yourself, you're eating fatty foods. And that's what happened. Charles came here. I thought, I got my boy in from Cali. I'm going to throw down some ribs on his ass, some pork ribs, some pork tacos, because I got a killer Mexican place, more than one Mexican place, but some really authentic killer Mexicans. I took him to the Czechoslovakian uh, sausage place where they have all Eastern European meats. So we got normally stuff you'd think is gross, like bologna, but it's the best bologna you ever had in your life. You're like, I can't believe bologna tastes so good. And of course, along with that comes, these Slim Jim things that are fresh and they're just obnoxiously good, bad for you food. So I did it to myself. That was one of the hardest things to face, was that I created this for myself. Then I get into a hospital and I don't know anything about hospitals. I never gone to, I've never been to one. I mean, I've been there to visit, but I've never been there as a patient ever once. So I'm not going to go into what it was like. I can give you a few key takeaways so that you can maybe understand the levity of the visit. It was like prison. Okay. I was definitely captive. I felt captive and I felt um, mentally subjugated. I felt mentally subjugated by the food. That's how bad the food was. And they were telling me I had to eat it to make a turd to show them that I could get let out of there. It was unbelievable. And then, over those 8 days, I probably got sleep, um, maximum 2 hours of sleep at one time before the old guy next to me would scream in the middle of the night or whatever, or something would happen. I couldn't sleep. So I'm not, I can tell, I can find I can notice I'm going off in the weeds with this. The bottom line is what I'm getting at is when I came back, I had PTSD for sure. When I was waiting for my Uber driver to show up, I was honestly at the precipice of my religion. When I got in his truck and we started driving back, I was holding tears back. I almost started totally crying and bawling, like because of what I had just been through, and I couldn't believe I was out. So now I'm back. Now let me give you the good side of that, because I know that was really bad. Here's the good part of what happened. One, huge mental clarity and realizations. I still have not watched a YouTube video. It's been now 10 days or something like that. I've not watched one YouTube video. So I cleared my head of that garbage. And in these mental states that I would go in of turmoil, I was thinking, I was going deep. I'm like, I got to use this for some reason. So I was strategizing for us with the tribe, and came to some kind of very great eye-opening realizations. And so those were the good parts that I brought back. You're going to see a different Mikey. You're going to see a different. I'm going to be the same guy, right? I'll be the same guy, same Mikey you know and love, but with acuity and fortitude and strength like you've never seen. What I realized is, all these 6 years that I've had this thing that a gallbladder that I didn't have removed, which I'm going to in 2 weeks, which brings up another thing. My health is going to be first. And if my gallbladder operation needs to come like at the time of the show, Capital Audio Fest, and I can't do it, I may not be able to make it. I think I need to put my health first. So that's not for sure yet. Anyways, so there have been new contacts made. There's a new strategy. It's let's just say, you guys put your trust in me, didn't you? You put your trust in me when we started this out several years ago. You guys gave me your faith. You gave me your orders. You supported the business. You supported the tribe. You came here to the live streams. You showed up, and I told you I would bring you something for that. I give you my promise that I'll bring you something for that. And it's not just look at my new speaker, you know. It's something much deeper, obviously. Anyways, um so I just want to say, moving forward, it's full tilt boogie now. It's full tilt boogie. The way I walk and the way I move, and this means the way that I like function and do things is I sit back like a wallflower and I watch everything. And I watch and I watch and I watch. Sometimes it takes years. And I strategize and I watch other people. I watch their failures. I watch their things that they do right or that they do good. And then I come up with something that is a better solution for all of us. So keep the faith, because it's the tribe is going to be something like we never imagined. So everybody says health first. Yeah, good to see you back. Gallstones can be flushed out all natural for under $5. Yeah, yeah, I know, Michael. You can call me. You're probably, what are you talking about? The lemon juice, lemon juice and olive oil flush. There's also Chanca Piedra, which is a stone breaker. It comes from the rainforest that helps dissolve stones. But dissolving the stones and getting them out of the gallbladder isn't the big isn't that doesn't help, because they're just going to come back. Eventually the stones will come back. They will develop because of whatever how my body chemistry is. So I'm getting the gallbladder out. I've talked to the first reason I didn't do it was, oh, I don't want invasive surgery, too much risk, blah blah blah. But it's laparoscopic, it's done robotic, it's pretty routine. And I've heard from many people that it was the best thing that they've ever done, or from people's family that they've seen that their mother was, way better afterwards or whatever. See, John had a gallbladder operation. You'll be in and out the same day with very little pain. There you go. Gallbladder. Maybe I should get it, keep it in a little jar, man. uh, uh, let's see. Yeah, very routine, says Michael Engel. Been in the hospital for kidney stones and had a friend who had a gallbladder stones. Both are insane pain. They are. And yeah, hospitals now are horrible. You can't sleep. The noise, you can't sleep. And then they give you freaking opioids every 3 hours. So of course you take them. You're like, hell yeah, give me the Dilaudid, like now. And then I rotated back and forth, oxy and Dilaudid, oxy and Dilaudid, and then you come out a freaking dope addict. It's like, fuck, man. Now what? But I'm sure there's what they gave me on the way out is much softer than what I had when I was in there, and I am coalescing. I mean, basically, all I do is sleep. I got out of the hospital and I'm absolutely exhausted from being in the hospital. I mean, every morning, 3 a.m., they're waking you up, stabbing you, taking your blood, just poke, poke, poke. It's, you have to put yourself into, I don't know what, like battle mode, what do they call assault? I that's probably a little extreme, but you put yourself in survival mode, which is how I was. And when I got out, I realized, wow, I've been traumatized by this, and that's when it was really weird. It's a weird experience. I won't go into it, but the guy that picked me up, and it was just pretty heavy. Nick got his out and you heal more quickly. Cool. Getting old isn't fun. Nobody said it was. Actually pulled my shit together long enough to demand to talk to the hospital manager for the noise. No joke. Told her sleep is the most important aspects of healing. And she probably said, yep. And then walked off and then didn't do shit. Yeah. Can now tolerate pepperoni and garlic since I had mine removed. Oh, wow. So nice. I don't know that I'm going to mess with it, man. Definitely not now, but That's the killer stuff is the pizza, man. Good to see you back. Hopefully you're feeling better. We were all wondering, hospital, brother. I was in the hospital, in as a captive. Was not fun. I don't recommend it for anybody. And actually, when you start to look at the people, I had to share a room, and the guy that was there, he was there. He had 4 strokes. Why? Because what do you say? Eat 4-piece chicken dinner every day. Well, I eat a four-piece fried chicken every 4-piece fried chicken every day for the last 3 months. I'm like, oh, dude, really? He's like, he was like, just an old indigent, kind of guy. God bless him, poor guy, but the guy couldn't move. He would shit himself. He would get 2 big, huge piles of food every time he got double trays with extra helpings. He would gorge himself. Then he would shit himself. And I have to sit there and smell shit. Um, and wait until the nurses would come clean it. He'd piss, hang the piss jug over the edge of the bed. It was just it's fucked up so many ways from, how's that saying go? So many ways from Sam or whatever. But I mean, it is, you do not want to be in the hospital's hands. You do not, unless you're in a super ultra plush wealthy hospital, right? Somehow you're in Walter Reed or some shit like that or whatever, where the presidents go, and you got your own room. I mean, they would take me out. I went in the hallway, to take me down for scans, right? And I'd sit here and look at the beds in the hallway that were just sitting there. That were like these beautiful cat. I mean, the most gorgeous beds, like, and they're not being in. And I'm in some little shit ass. Who knows how old it was, But it was like, it was not good for the old squirrel. My squirrel got beat up, man. My squirrel was dominated big time. So I will. Uh, Get it out. Yeah, if you get a stone lodge in your common bile duct, yeah, no doubt. Now, because the huge influx of illegals, emergency rooms are overcapacity and service is horrendous. Immigration. I was thinking about that. I was in there and I was like, damn, dude, I'm in Georgia. Like, I wonder what it would be like in like LA Metro or something, or like some big city, San Francisco General. I mean, maybe actually UCSF campuses, maybe that would be a really good one. I have no idea, but they're it was I was just, there's got to be worse. And then I'm like, Jesus, and how about the places like where the war is going on, and they're like, oh, you got your leg blown off, sit over there on the floor and suck your thumb. There's no beds, there's no morphine, there's no anything. Our world is in just a our world is in a jacked up spot, and the only way all of us are getting out of it alive is by this. That's the only way. I gotta get this down so you can see. By doing this, man, by holding each other and helping each other, creating what we're creating. What we're creating, I got a sense of it. Had nothing to do with audio when I got sick, and the outpouring of support that came and everything. I went, okay, we're gonna do really good with this. We're gonna do great. A lot of did work, but it was scary. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't for me. It was Dreamweaver. Oh, first, then music. Yeah. Mikey, get some breast. He gets Mikey, get some breast. That's what I just said. I agree with you, Steve. I think I need some breast. Well, it is God's way of forgiving us, dude. I'm telling you, bro, I'm not a religious guy. But when I was sitting out there and my guy came, I'll tell you the story, but it's a weird story. Um, I'm not a religious guy. I don't claim any particular name of some guy, but he had on his mirror, a symbol. And I said, what is that? He said, the name of God. I said, what's that name? He said, Allah. And not Allah, Allah. There's a way of saying it properly. and that just the saying it brought me almost to the tears. Now he probably could have said anything, but I don't think so. Something about it. It was just, it was, I was broken down. I was broken down, it was like to the point of, but I felt like, here's a brother, this guy understands I'm sick under this. And religion is a tricky thing because I don't believe that anybody should be wrong for what they believe in. And I know many of the religions, it's like, unless you use the name that we want for our guy, then you're not really gonna go to heaven or whatever. It all is meaningful, but it's heavy. I grew up Catholic. I grew up Catholic. So if I claim one, that's what I claim, but I don't claim religion. But it was pretty heavy duty. And if anybody was going to talk to me about Jesus, a couple people sent me some passages, um, and it's just it's heartfelt. I mean, when somebody sends you things like that, they're really sending you something from the heart. So it was really beautiful. You're type 1, and every once in a while I find myself with ambulance drivers looking over me in my bed. Holy shit. Insisting I go to the hospital so they can stabilize me, and reluctantly agree it's not fun, no doubt. All you need is love. Bum, ba-na-na-na. All you need is love, love. Easy does it, says Cordon. A Cordon, Joseph Cordon. I love your name. uh, anyways, thank you, brother. Thank you. Easy does it is right. Easy does it. Thank God you're in Atlanta, not a small town. Holy shit, Bill. I had no idea the half of it. North Carolina got waylaid. And what I heard is that the people up there, the public, the general public, pulled together a brigade basically of helicopters. These are people that are helicopter enthusiasts, whatever. And they started running out and doing calls for it because FEMA couldn't handle it or whatever. FEMA came in, from what I saw, and I'm not sure how true this is, told them they couldn't do it, seized the relief goods that the people had brought, privately, and said, these are our waters now, these are our things, you can't deliver them, and tried to shut down the rescue of people. Now, yeah, maybe there's liabilities and there's different things like that, but it just lets you know again what kind of world we're in. But it got waylaid. North Carolina got absolutely waylaid. We all love to breast, man. uh, Donnie, baby, how are you, brother? Good to see you, man. Yeah, man. There you go. Our golf letters will be dancing around, doing the floppy dance. System wants us sick. Yeah, you really get a feel for it when you're like, you realize there's absolutely no way the food that they're serving here is going to heal anybody. There's no way. It's the lowest level of food. My diet at one point said mechanical. Now, if you've ever seen that word, I'd never seen that word before, but I recognize it because I've seen the word in an ingredients list says mechanically separated chicken. Do you know where I saw that? You probably do. Dog food. Okay. Mechanically separated chicken. They put it in pet dog food, whatever. It was the most vile tasting thing. And then I looked to see what they called it on the menu, and they called it Sierra Medley. They wouldn't even use the word chicken for it, probably because there's not enough chicken in it to call it chicken. And at that point, you realize it's just a big question mark. I don't know that you really realize anything other than you need to take care of yourself because no one else will if you don't. Yeah. Americans are coming together, helping each other in North Carolina. I saw that, man. A beautiful thing. Helicopters lined up, guys flying in and taking care of people. I mean, that is badass. Damn, Mikey, you went to the belly of the beast. I've got coenzyme Q10, Q and all in the other room. Gallstones are mostly made of cholesterol. The fatty food is triggering your bile that causes the stones to move into blockage and tons of pain. The Epsom drink will give you super fast relief. Ooh, I'll be careful with that, bro. I'm not ready to start drinking Epsom salts. I don't want to fuck with it. That's the thing, man. If I do one thing and it goes wrong, I'm not willing to deal with what happens because it's so bad. Glad I was there, brother. Get well. Thanks, man. Give yourself a week or two. You'll be feeling a lot better, I'm sure. Look after yourself, brother. Come first. We're happy to be second. You guys are always, we're all the team in this. Okay, so I'm going to go, you guys. Thank you. Look, 100 of y'all showed up to show your support. Thank you so much. You all are the best. I love you all. And again, like I said, you've put your faith in me. I came back here. I have a month's worth of orders already, like while I was there. So the support has come in. I am going to, we are going to change the way things are done in our part of the industry. And it will be the ideal type situation, not this bullshit that we're spoon fed right now. So 6 ways from Sunday, says Donnie. Don, I need some art, brother, for the new room. Except though I kind of need a painting on canvas. But I do need some new art. So let's talk. There was one piece that I really wanted. It's great to see you home. Good to see you, Mikey. Stay healthy. Later, Mikey. Later, Nikki. Okay, everybody. Thanks, gang. I will see you. I'll show up on Wednesday. It says Sunday. Yeah, I'll show up on Wednesday, and you guys can mark my improvement as it gets better. But thanks again, everybody. Love you all, and I will see you soon. Cheers. See you.